Hey guys, I was going through Poke Beach and noticed a Pokemon for the TCG that we haven't seen in forever. Aurorus, which has been revealed in Nil Zero. I'm excited to see how these will be able to change some of the format and what opportunities for decks they have. We have a Mora for 100 health, which is nice. Icy Wind, 50 damage. Your opponent's active is now asleep, which is, I think, a really cool attack. We don't have a lot of asleep or paralysis or like confusion in the format. It's mainly just poison and somewhat burn. Ever since Mismagius EX with Dazzling Cave came out, we got like confusion there. Then the Omega Electros with the paralysis there, and now we're getting asleep, which is going to be which might change a lot of the ways people play. Instead of just having no switches or no any way of switching things out, they might start having switches as well, because that paralysis or asleep can be very annoying to deal with, especially when you're trying to attack. It also has 3 retreat, and the attack cost is water and colorless, which isn't terrible at all. And then we have Aurorus, which ability Tundra Wall. While this Pokemon is in play, all of your Pokemon that have a water energy attached take 50 less damage from your opponent's Pokemon. Then the ability does not stack, which is good. Obviously, we wouldn't want that stacked because that would be overpowered. 50 less is a lot of damage though. And it's anything with a water energy attached. So like Flareon could be one of the options, or Dragonite if whoever plays Dragonite. I don't really know any. Oh, Wellspring Ogerpon could run well with this. Yeah, that Charizard EX deck that has Wellspring Ogerpon. And obviously the Mega Abomasnow. I don't think anybody's going to really play it. But for fun decks, I know people will try to get this to work. It's like a Meganium, which is just a support on the bench. This would be the same way. Another support on the bench for water decks. So I think it might be, people will try to get this to work. And we have Tyrant, get angry for 1 fighting, 1 colorless, 20 times damage. His attack does 20 damage times the number of damage counted on this Pokemon. This is pretty cool. I don't know if there's any way to charge this up really, besides like Risky Ruins or maybe Calamitous Snowy Mountain. But that means you have to put energies on top of the fossil, because that's technically the basic of Tyrant. No Dragon Tyrant though, which is pretty sad. We haven't had a Dragon Tyrant ever. But this is gonna be, 20 times damage for at stage 1 is pretty nice. We got Tyrantrum for 180, which is a pretty good amount of health. Ability Tyranno Guts. If this Pokemon has any special energy attached, it gets 150 more HP. This is 330 HP. This is a lot of health. This is gonna be like the single prizer Okie Doggy deck, which is also fighting, and also a fighting colorless, which is pretty much the same thing, because you just put a Luminous or a Prism on Oki, and then you just put a fighting. So this is basically the same. This is going to be act the same way, besides this one's going to be a stage 2. I don't... Well, it has the move Wreak Havoc for 1 fighting, 1 colorless, 160 damage, flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, discard a top card of your opponent's deck. This is a mill stage 2 Okie Dokie single prizer. I think this would get used, to be honest. I think people will try to get this going, especially with all the new fighting support with Terragon, Fighting Gong, Premium Power Pro, all that stuff. I think this will get used a lot. Oh, also Lunatone for that draw support. Like, there's no reason not to try this. Yes, fossils are kind of hard to get up. But this, I think, will be a nice change. Instead of just having the same fighting decks over and over, I think this will be a lot of fun to use. I'm definitely going to try making it. I will try to make a video on how it does in a tournament if I get my hands on the cards. But it does have the retreat of a 3, which is not good. I don't like a lot of retreat, but air balloon can make this better. But if you don't want to use air balloon, you can use like maximum belt if you want to shove that ace spec in here, or I'm trying to think of other tools that might be good. Maybe even handheld fan, just to have a little bit more disruption with this thing, moving energies around on the opponent's bench plus discarding their deck. This could be a lot of fun. You have Antique Jaw Fossil, 60 HP. This can't be affected by special conditions and can't retreat, but you discard it if you want to retreat it. And it has an ability, Intimidating Jaw. If this Pokemon's in your active, attacks from your opponent's active Pokemon do 30 less. This must be very intimidating. 30 less for a fossil is actually quite nice. So like, Badoo doesn't just damage it. You can't just like get locked with Frillish or not locked with Frillish, locked with Yveltal because it does 20. So you can't. I mean, yeah, you get locked because you can't technically retreat it, but they won't be doing damage on it, and you can just discard it, which isn't retreating. You also have the Antique Sail Fossil, same thing with special conditions and 60 HP. Protective Sail. This Pokemon can't be affected by effects of supporter cards played from your opponent's hand, meaning Boss's Orders. Boss's Orders is not going to be able to drag this thing up there. This is a very good ability. It's like the Titans. So Aurorus is going to have an easier time of survivability because of that Boss Orders protection. Yes, once you get it to a Mora, then it's going to be out there just to get killed. But you're most likely not going to be playing a Mora, and you most likely play Rare Candy Aurorus, and then everything has 50 more health because of that 50 damage protection. These abilities are quite strong. I think these will be viable in the TCG, in the meta format. I think Tyrantrum might try to make its way up there. Aurorus might be seen as a supporter in water energy based decks. I think this will be a lot of fun. And yeah, we haven't seen these cards since Forbidden Light 2018. I'm so excited to get these. I'm hoping they're hollows, because that would be really cool to have hollow dinosaurs. I hope they also get full arts. The full arts would be really cool. I don't think they will get full arts, but hopefully it's a hollow.